Hello guys, it's Glurmit here and welcome back to the channel. Now I do apologise guys, there's not been a video in a few days. It's been a really busy week for me, so we'll go back to at least daily uploads going forward, so hopefully you guys do enjoy that. But today's video is going to be free-to-play focused. Now it was meant to come out Friday. I had loads of footage to go through. Unfortunately, the first time I was editing, some of the footage corrupted, so I lost a couple of bits there. And then I recorded everything again, and honestly I just wasn't too happy with the outcome, so I decided to re-record it for today. And I've also decided today's episode is going to be a little bit of a one-off, rather than what I've normally been doing where I go through all the footage. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a tour of the account because we are now level 85. It's done. So I just wanted to take 10-15 minutes just to show you guys around the account. So if we go by the gear tier, this is what we're looking at. Vader is now gear 9. Boba Fett is gear 8, and then obviously all of these are either gear 7 or 8 as well. If we go to ships real quick and we go to our rarity, where is it? It's somewhere, there we go. So if we go to rarity on the ships, we have 1 5-star completed. We also have executrix there as well. All we need here is a couple more 5-star ships. So what you'll see is I've actually been buying the ships from the different shipments here. Where are they? Not Cantina, guild store. I don't have any guild currency right now, but we can still go ahead and buy. Where are you hiding? So she's not there. Where is she? There we go. I'm buying a Leia from that. Kanan we can buy, he's going to be taken up there. Here we go. So we've almost got first order TIE Fighter done. And if we go to fleet, Razor Crest, buy that one up. And there's nothing else to buy at the moment. Eventually we'll be buying Gauntlet and getting that running and farming the Empire fleet, because Empire fleet's going to be one of my main fleets for this account. However, at the moment we are prioritizing the ships for the Zeta event. So that's TIE Advance, which is almost 5 stars. I mean, if we just go on dark side, I think that's probably the easier way to show you guys. Yeah, so TIE Bomber's almost there. Slave One's taking a while. We may actually have to just go out of our way and farm it. I don't really want to do that, but we may have to, because it's taking a while to do that one. TIE Advance is almost done. TIE Fighter is done. And then these two should be done within the next couple of days. So I'm reckoning I'm about 1, maybe 2 weeks at worst away from the Zeta event. So that's how that one's going. Then in terms of the characters, yeah, guys, it's not looking too bad. Yeah, you can see we have quite a lot going on. I am unlocking all the characters I can. I'm not someone who, is afraid of bloating. I think bloating is actually very beneficial to the growth of an account. So if that opportunity arises, we're going to be doing it. But at the same time, we're not going out of our way to do stuff. Ooh, ship credits. I like ship credits, and I also like Omegas, so that's not bad. Let's take you. Is that? Yeah, that's unfortunately we have to buy this. This is kind of lame. Wow, that's a lot of Kyrotech though. Blimey, look at that, guys. So many packs they're releasing. As of like, obviously we can't buy them on this account. But yeah, there's so many packs coming out lately. It's actually crazy. What events do we have to do today? I still haven't even finished these. I'm going to do that off camera, but yeah, I need to actually get around to finishing that. Episode shipments is looking good. I think the episode pass is going to run out, yeah, 1 day. So once that's out, I reckon we get to maybe this one. I don't know. It would be nice if we can get there, get that Omicron. But I have a feeling we may not even be able to do that. We now have enough to participate in TW. The last 2 I couldn't do anything in. Alright, what else do we need to do? Have I done my mod refreshes? I have. Let's continue farming the speed mods for now. Cantina, we're farming Padawan Obi-Wan. He's almost 7-star, guys. And then we can start farming Master Qui-Gon nice and early. Now, Padawan Obi-Wan, we do need Kairos. Now, we already have 82 of this one. We have 15 of this one. This one's just going to take a while to get. Like, you don't need as many of these anyway as you need these, right? So it's going to take us a while, but yeah, I reckon he's gear 12 in a week or two. And once he's gear 12, we can probably get him to Relic nice and early. That would make the team much stronger there. Right, what gear piece do you actually need? That's quite a cheap piece. I'm gonna go ahead and actually do this, guys. Because that's... Right, hold on. One of these we're not gonna have. That's this. We need one of these. Come on, give me the piece. There we go. Beautiful. Alright, let's take him up to gear 8. This unfortunately is when Kyrotech's needed, so we're not taking him any higher. But at least going to gear 8 is going to be beneficial here. I do need to get my Gungans up as well, but honestly for now they can kind of wait. Boss Nurse I'm not really too interested in. Where's Phalanx gone? He was just here. I'm blind, guys. There he is. Yeah, I think this one is a Zeta, no? I mean, we can have a look. No, we don't have enough credits. We can't have a look. Right, and then all the leftover energy I have each day, I'm just putting into this. So I'm doing my farms, which at the moment we are farming Quill, because it gives the bomber shards as well, and we do need Quill to be leveled up. And then I'm farming Quebec. Anything else is going into Kyrotechs, and that's probably what we'll do for the majority of the playthrough of the account, because this node is so good to farm, guys, because you're getting gear to Relic, and you're also getting Kyrotechs, which you just need so many of. How much guild currency do I actually have here? Right, nice. The sooner I can get this to 5-star, the sooner I can ignore it and then start doing other stuff. What I'm probably going to do, guys, is honestly, once I get to the point where the SF TIE Fighter's done, I'm most likely going to be only spending the OG, the guild tokens, on this and this, or just the two cheapest ones. I'm not going to be doing any of the characters, because the thing is with the characters, you can get them from here now. And again, once this is 5-star, we're going to go forward and start working on all of these, because the characters are more beneficial to me than everything else. And then once they're done, that's when we'll go back, we'll finish the ship, and then we'll be spending it on gear, which is kind of where we want to get. It's unfortunate we're not there just yet. In terms of the raid, I have 1 day 12 hours left on that one, which is a little bit sad. Ship energy, I think I've done my ship farms today. Have I done Merin? I have. And I've also done this. But do you know what? I'm going to do one refresh here. That's worth it. We're trying to get TIE Defender up and running nice and early. In fact, guys, I'll show you my fleets and what I'm planning on building. So in terms of the fleet that I'm building as my main fleet, and we are putting some investment in. As you can see, I'm already on level 3 here. Now this is expensive because it's all of the prestige tokens for the fleets, but it's 100% worth it, guys. For so many reasons. I'll show you in a second. Yeah, he needs to be higher gear, that's right. And then I can't even level these up. So we're not going to be leveling up the basic, and we're not going to be leveling up the AoE, at least not to begin with. Down the line, sure, we'll do it, but to begin with, we don't really need that. But the fleet that we're going to be building is the following. So we're going to go Vader, TIE Bomber, Vader, TIE Pilot, Iden, right? And then if we can, we're going to farm both of these. Now, this one is okay, the Reaper, but honestly, you don't really use it too much, at least not compared to Gauntlet. The Gauntlet is very, very good, and the benefit of going for the Gauntlet is these are very good characters to have, and they allow you to do challenge tier 3 of the Empire Assault Battle with like gear 11, gear 12. You don't even need relics. And obviously you are guild event. I mean, your fleet, but you can also buy for guild events. But yeah, we'll be farming this up eventually. So we do want this ship. I do want to also take my Gar Saxon and Super Commando to Gear 12, possibly even to Relic. If you're thinking free to play, guys, and you're thinking like, how do you compete against people who are spending money? One of the best ways is to have the very cheap teams that don't cost a lot to invest in. That team can work with 0 Zetas, but we'll probably put 1 on just to be safe, and that would be on Gar Saxon. And that would be on his lead. So basically, what his lead does, if you have the Zeta, whenever an Empire ally uses a basic attack, they recover health, which is really, really nice. So we'll probably be doing that, and then going back to the fleets like I was just showing you guys. This is the main one we're going to be building up. Once we have the Emperor's Shuttle and the Gauntlet farmed up, and at least to Gear 12, but ideally a little bit higher than that, we can actually run this as a Profundity counter, which is kind of where we're going. We want to build up the counters nice and early. Obviously, Interceptor is also very good, but the Interceptor is unfortunately in Proving Grounds, guys, and it would, I mean, even if we did 1 refresh a month, which I do think is reasonable, it's 2,200 crystals, something like that. It would take us about 4 months, and we would have the Interceptor unlocked, and at 5 stars is perfectly fine. So that's kind of something we want to be thinking about as well. But yeah, in terms of the fleets, it's looking pretty good. Our second fleet we're going to be running, I'm not going to invest any of the currency or level up or anything like that. It's just a burner fleet to put on defense, guys. We're just going to be placing this. We're not bothered about anything else there. And then obviously our main fleets we're building up are going to include the Executor and are going to include the Malevolence. The Endurance we will eventually build up. It's just a matter of when, not if. Because I mean, I've spoken about it a few times in the last few videos. I have guild currency here. You can see I'm actually going to spend it right now. And we are going to go for Malevolence first. And the reason for this is Mace obviously got his rework. His fleet isn't terrible anymore. Like, it's not great, but it's not terrible. At least not compared to other fleets that are in the game. So I'm not against going Malevolence first, because Malevolence is very cheap to build up. You can run it just with Geos. You can run it just with basically two or 3 ships. It doesn't cost a lot to run. You don't need relic levels on the fleet, because 2 of the main ships you use are pilotless ships. So it's a very low investment fleet that can punch up very, very high, which is the reason why we want to go Malevolence over Negotiator. Because if we go for Negotiator, we've got to gear up General Anakin, we've got to gear up General Kenobi, we then have to gear up Ahsoka, we need to gear up Bad Batch for the fleet there as well. So it's just going to take a little bit longer. So I would rather prioritize the Malevolence, because it's a lot cheaper as an entry level. And the thing is, guys, Empire is very, very strong in this game, especially with Iden. Now, Iden would probably be a relic level we would have to just bite the bullet and do. And that's something you'll learn when I'm playing for this account, because we're going to be playing this account for years, right? And we are going to take this account, and hopefully one day it'll be in Kyber and it'll be competing at the highest level despite being free to play. And one thing you guys are really going to learn is ship pilots are always worth relic levels. Obviously, you don't want to go and relic up a whole fleet if you're free to play. I completely understand that. But if you're someone who has all Gear 12 pilots and then, say, I don't know, Relic 7 Iden, that opens up counters you wouldn't have already had. So that's kind of why we're going down that route. And then obviously I'll show you guys the Grand Arena stuff, because we will be doing Grand Arena next time round. Don't expect it to be good Grand Arenas to begin with. Honestly, it's not. I mean, we are in Carbonite 5. It's kind of lame. However, we only need to be set in 4 teams. So I've got Gungans. Obviously, we just took Phalanx to Gear 8 a second ago. We're not going to be taking them any higher than this. Maybe one day, guys. Maybe one day we just happen to have them and get Jar Jar. Who knows? Maybe in the future. It's not part of the plan. It never was part of the plan, so I don't want to go out my way and do it. But maybe one day we think about it. But for now, 3-star, once we have 2 Zetas, that's the lead on Boss Nest and the unique on Phalanx, that and when they're well modded, that is a team that can punch up big time, guys. And the best thing here, guys, is that it's also a team that's very good for banners because you're always undermanning when you don't have Jar Jar. And if Gungans beat a team, they beat the team. I just want that to be very clear, guys, because of the way the shield generator works. On the North Wall, I've just put down, you know, Bosk. My aim, I don't know if it's going to happen before this week, but my aim before 5v5 is have at least my front wall teams gear 7 or higher. I just have to accept that the first week of GAC, we're going to get kind of slapped around a little bit. And then I've obviously got this as well. So don't expect too much, like I said in the beginning. And then what I have on offense, well, we have our Padawan Obi-Wan, we have Quebec, Grandmaster Yoda, we have Hondo, who can be a whole team on his own. So there is a lot going on. Other than that, we don't really have actually too much there. So that's kind of how the account is looking at the moment, at least. Now, in terms of the shipments, I'll just give you guys a quick walkthrough of what I'm spending currencies on. Obviously, from the featured shipments, I'm just buying the standard stuff here. From the weekly shipments, I am buying Omegas. This does cost like 800 guild store currency, and I know it may not be the best use of resources, but Omegas is always a crunch we're going to be encountering. So I want to make sure we get them, because there are some Omegas that are very good that people just ignore because they don't have them. So whenever we get the opportunity, we want to be going for them. That does not include spending it here, because in this store, our priority is Omicrons. If we can get to the point where each week we are getting what is that, like 5 Omicrons a week, that's kind of where we want to be lying there. Anything else would be good, but to begin with, that's just the basics. From the Cantina store, we are buying Chopper at the moment. Once Chopper's finished, then we'll probably move on and do someone else. I'm kind of thinking, if I'm honest, guys, that we might just get old Daka out of the way, because we're going to need Night Sisters at some point, so we might as well get them done. From the guild store, I've already shown you guys what I'm doing there. We're buying Leia Organa, and then we're just buying the ships down here, and like I said, once this is done, we can move on to other ones. And then up the top, we are spending the tier 3 currency at the moment on Zimbiddles and Electrum Conductors. And I'm going to do Zimbiddles until I have around about, I don't know, 40 to 50. And then we'll stop buying them temporarily. Electrum Conductors will then just only ever buy. Now, the reason for this is we do have some R7s we need to be doing that are not part of any journey guide. And ideally, we need to be doing relatively soon. So, one is Padawan Obi-Wan and Master Qui-Gon. They both need to go to Relic 7 for the event. And remember, guys, once we get to that point, that is a passive income for Relic 8. Not just that, it's a very good team to have. They deal a lot of damage, and we can also run them in a raid with some success in the lower tiers. So we have them down. Obviously, we would want to Relic up Vader. That's a no-brainer there. Again, our Empire fleet is so important, guys, that I'm not afraid to go ahead and actually invest in them nice and early. So it does mean taking Tarkin, I don't know, to gear 12. It does mean taking TIE Fighter to Relic, but they need to go up anyway, right? Dark Trooper is someone I'm considering relicking up for the account there. Everyone else can just kind of chill. So that's kind of why I want to save those Zimbiddle cards. Electrum Conductors, obviously way more valuable in my opinion, because you just need so many of them. And then obviously Squad Arena store, we're buying Kanan. Once Kanan's done, I'm probably going to finish off Tarkin, get him out of the way. And then once Tarkin's done, we'll finish Asajj. So that's kind of how we're going there. Savage is on the list of things to do, don't get me wrong, but he can also wait for now. We're not going to worry about that, because he would need the Omicron to be good, and we just have too many Omicrons to be applying as of right now. So in terms of Omicrons that we do need to be applying, or at least debating applying, Padawan Obi-Wan, guys, this is an Omicron we will be doing on the account. Now, some of you will be saying, well, Glurmit, why are you not doing Grand Arena Omicrons? Are you crazy? Guys, Conquest, there's two things here. One, I personally don't enjoy it. I'm very open with this in my streams and videos. I don't enjoy Conquest, but it's so important, and you have to max it, or at least get as far as you can. Padawan Obi-Wan makes that 100 times easier. So that's one reason. And the other reason is if it gets us a higher crate, then who are we to say no, guys? The higher crate is more rewards, it's more shards, it's everything. So that's kind of where we want to be going with that. Now, other Omicrons that we may be debating, Quebec. This is a really, really good Omicron. Obviously, it's TW focused, but it's still 100% worth applying. and it is going to entice bigger guilds because they'll see, oh, we're actually prioritizing guild focused content. Other Omicrons, there's one that I want to do which is a little bit out of the way, and it's actually Hondo. The reason being, if we could get Hondo to gear 11, eventually get him to gear 12, maybe one day Relic, but probably not, at least not to begin with. This Omicron would allow us to basically run him with any team on defense or offense, and it would cause problems. And that's really what we're looking for. In terms of other Omicrons, obviously Savage is very good, Trey is very good, but we just need to bear in mind, guys, that we don't have the luxury at the moment of having 2 or 3 Omicrons to apply a month. We're going to have, at best, 1 a month we can apply. So we basically need to think 5 months forward, what Omicrons do we want? Obviously, Padawan Obi-Wan is a lock-in. No matter what, we're going to do this. 100%. We're going to do this Omicron. We have no choice here. And then it really comes down to what are the other ones that are worth doing. Merrin jumps out to me. I think Merrin is very good. And then obviously the rest we can kind of come around and just decide closer to the time. But yeah, basically don't be surprised if you see Padawan Obi-Wan get his Omicron nice and early. Obviously it's a little bit of a shame because you don't really gain the Zeta bonus. So he's gaining crit chance stacking for heals over time, and then he's gaining crit damage stacking for protection over time. And obviously if Handmaiden decoys there, it also gives defense. But guys, there's just, you're not getting that until you get Queen Amidala. So it's kind of a little bit of a waste of a Zeta, but what can you do? Same with this one. It only activates with Queen Amidala's there, so there's no point doing that Omega. Master Qui-Gon, on the other hand, his Zeta unfortunately will be needed. Quebec has 2 Zetas here, guys, but we're not going to be applying them. So we've got the first time is defeated, he recovers health protection. We don't need that right now. And then I think his other one is this one. Again, we don't need this, so we can go in with minimal investment there. Right, guys, we've been talking for about 20 minutes. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a tour of the account. I know it's a little bit different to what we normally do. But yeah, next episode we'll go back to normal. It was just an issue with the footage recording, an issue with just time and everything else. So I thought I'll just load into the account, just give you guys a little bit of a tour, show you what's been going on, because lots of people have been asking me. So this is what we're looking at. Now let me show you guys the details to the account, so like the modding and everything else that is linked with that. So I do need to reformat this comparison tool. The reason being is set up in a weird way where there's loads of characters that just don't matter, if I'm completely honest, guys. So it isn't the greatest example of what the account looks like, because who cares if we don't have Ray, because we don't have Ray on this account, it's obvious. So we'll reformat that for a future episode. So in terms of GAC stats, there's nothing. In terms of all of this, there's nothing. In terms of GP, we are now 250,000 GP, which is pretty cool. In terms of the mods, we have now got 4 10 to 14 speed mods. And then datacons, we have none. Characters, we have none. That's where I need to reformat this, guys, because we don't need half of these. We can, we'd be better off seeing like the Savages and the Treyas and GBAs and all of these rather than seeing those characters, because we're not going to be seeing them for so long. If you guys wanted to see my fastest characters real quick, Grandmaster Yoda is the fastest at 209 speed, and then the next is Boss Nass. Boss Nass is currently 182, but do bear in mind, once these are all fully leveled up, he is going to be a little bit faster. Anyways, guys, that is the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, please like, comment, subscribe. My name is Glurmit, and as always, guys, have a glurming day.